Welcome back to OverThink, the Jubilee-inspired Overwatch game show where contestants are given a series of hot takes or spicy statements to see where everyone lies. If you're unfamiliar with this series, it's done in the attacker spawn of New Queen Street, with the three circles representing the disagree stance, the neutral stance, and the agree stance. The lines in between representing the somewhat stances. Each episode features a different demographic of people and different hot takes. Today's episode features 8 Overwatch streamers, and is actually a continuation from last episode. Going forward, all episodes will be condensed into a single video, and I'll be getting non-streamers to participate in future episodes. So, if you'd like to be a contestant in the future, please join my Discord server. Also, if you enjoyed the series, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel, and feel free to comment hot takes that you'd like to see asked in future episodes. Without further ado, let's jump into it. DPS is the easiest role in the game. Go.
I think it's that there's less involved in how much you have to think of things. I personally feel very stressed out the most as a support and then least as a DPS, because I feel like my role is, when I play DPS, is for everybody else to enable me to do everything.
I'm neutral on this because for some people DPS comes easier, and then for other people support comes easier, and then for other people it's tank. And I think that each role has their own difficulties and their own things that is easy about them.
For me, like, I have a harder time like with DPS, but at the same time it's also hard sometimes because, you know, you get supports that don't support you, especially in the lower ranks. I have a hard time for sure.
There's a lot of tools at your disposal that can make it an easier time to be a better DPS. You can go like use an outside app to practice your aim to get better, and other roles don't really have that.
Tank is the easiest. Tank was literally the easiest thing to rank up to GM. Once you have a clear understanding of your role and your objective, you just have such a massive margin for error as a tank, because like even up to masters, like you just have supports who just to heal nothing but the tank. And so you just get 2 Ivy drips stuck in you. You get like all these drugs shot into your butt. Like you're just a superhero.
The game purposely makes you lose games after a win streak. Go. Ooh, pretty split. Actually, no, not a split. All right, do you want to start division?
Denial.
This comes because of my programming and computer background. Really, it really comes down to the fact of they know that smurfing and they know new accounts and they know things like this exist. They want to even out that 50-50 odds of you winning. And so if you go on these massive win streaks, I do say the word massive on purpose, this is double-digit 10 plus, the game really wants to make sure you're placed where you're supposed to be, that are significantly harder.
Fish has never won more than a couple games in a row in his life. I'm so sorry to cut you off.
Okay, I will admit my biggest loss streak is 14 games in a row, and I will never forget that. And I don't think my win streak has ever come close. I guess it just has to balance out at one point.
I think, you know, it's not intentional. You know, you win some, you lose some. But I also think that it's a little bit of the mentality difference. When you start losing games, you end up kind of tilt queuing, I guess, which gives you the idea that it is the game and not just you getting in your head and starting to play worse and starting to like get more frustrated and not stopping difference.
All right, and then we can take one person from the disagree.
I disagree.
I know you disagree.
We see that.
We could tell.
I disagree because I think it's a huge mentality thing. It gets to a point when people are losing so many times, you have to just take a break.
Being able to see your teammates' stats on the scoreboard does more harm than good. Go.
I think just overall, I'm looking at it from my perspective, it's just a distraction. For me, I should just be focusing more on the game, and I'm sure for other people, if they weren't so worried about the Tracer going 3-9, that they would just focus on the game, because knowing that information, what good does that do?
So I wasn't in the fully area because like it's still better than I have all gold, you guys are trash, but it's still bad. I think the only benefit is for supports to be able to really, hey, this person's popping off, let me enable them to pop off more. But the rest of the time, it just turns into, I've got more damage than everybody, or tank players saying, I've got all the elims, and it's like, look, we know you're diva, and you're spraying people from 100 yards away, and it's giving you credit for an elim, but you're not helping.
I use the stat numbers for my own personal use. So like if I see an enemy team with like an Ana and Mercy, and they each have 8k heals, and then I'm playing Ana with 4k heals, I'm like, okay, I'm not doing as well as I could be doing. And same with like DPS. Like if I'm playing DPS, and I'm severely lower compared to the other 3 DPS in the lobby, then all that does to me is say, okay, I need to figure something else out to, make a better difference. So like I use it in a very positive way. And if I didn't have that, I wouldn't really know that I'm the problem.
Blizzard purposely releases heroes overtuned and too powerful to generate hype around their release. Go.
I'm so sad Junker Queen didn't get this treatment. Sojourn was meta ever since beta number 2, and Junker Queen came out and she hits like a wet noodle. But yeah, no, I think they definitely do this.
I've always felt that with every new hero ever. I'm like, they do this on purpose. They want you to be like, oh my god.
You sell the fantasy when you have a new hero. You're like,
Yeah.
like this. You're gonna be powerful and strong, and you're gonna win games single-handedly.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of the smart thing to do. I think that games should do that. They should make their new character easily playable by everybody. But I'm kind of in between the neutral area because I guess it kind of does depend on the role, because you can't kill as well as a support as like a DPS, and for that reason, like they can't overtune it to a certain point.
Someone doesn't remember Brig.
I don't think that it's really on purpose. I think it might just be, how do I say it nicely? It might just be a skill diff.
Oh.
Okay, listen. It could be that they made it and then we're like, yeah, no, she's good because of their own experience and how they play the game. So it might not be an on-purpose thing.
So a lot of the alpha testers are what?
The way that we see things. I don't know if they're old or not.
Oh, did you say old or gold?
Gold.
Oh, I heard gold and I was like, about the reaction.
I wanted to do slightly disagree because I think it's not on purpose thing necessarily. I think maybe that it's a byproduct of them not fully testing or not being able to fully test the character in the way that it is actually played normally in the game. I don't think it's necessarily for the hype or anything. I think that is a byproduct.
They should bring Pink Mercy back. Go.
What's a pink Mercy?
How dare you? I can't believe you.
It's a skin that they did for breast cancer awareness.
I definitely think that they should bring it back. And not only that, I think they should bring more charity skins. I think that they should have that available as a way for people to give money consistently to a charity. Maybe every single character has some kind of charity that they can support, and then you can get that skin and support that charity. So I 100%
That I agree with.
brought back
100%. I always tell them like,
awareness
please do another
skins
charity.
win. Lupus gang, where are lupus awareness skins at? Blizzard? All right, and then we have one person from Disagree that wants to speak on it.
Please.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, charity is amazing, and I hope that they bring back more charity events and more charity skins. I think that would be fantastic. However, people treat this skin like the be-all, end-all, like it's Mercy's best skin. First of all, it doesn't even look that good. I'm so sorry.
It's so mid.
I know, so many people are going to be upset about that, but it's kind of mid. And the only reason that people really want it that bad is because it's special, and now it's become a sort of like collector's item and like a unique thing, and it's very weird. The people treat it in such a very weird way now that I'm so tired of this skin, and I'm so tired of hearing it.
Can I say my hot take on this? I feel like people pretend that they want it back for the sake of charity, but they really just want it back for the cosmetic sake.
You weren't there. If you were not there at that time, then sorry. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
Yeah, like if
you
you really want to
weren't
donate
there.
$20 to breast
should have been
cancer,
there.
then type in breast
You
cancer
should have been
donation
there.
on Google. Like it's
Yeah, go
you don't
donate
need
or
a
whatever.
skin. You
They
don't
just
need
want
a
the
skin.
skin.
So like I
That's
hate
true.
people that
Skin.
pretend that like they're trying to be like a good
You know
person
what?
by it. Like bring it back so we can make a difference. Like it's like no, you could
Yeah,
go make
no,
a fucking
they
difference
can do
on your
another
own.
charity.
Yeah. Or they could just go donate to breast cancer. Like nothing is stopping them. Mark my words,
Yeah.
everybody that's here in all of our chats. I will make sure there's a lupus awareness skin one day that I had some say in at some point in time. Mark my words, chat. It's going to happen. It's
wait
going to
to see.
happen. There is never a good reason to not be in voice chat during ranked. Go.
I know that a lot of people get harassed, and I used to a lot too, but I think voice chat is an asset, and you have a lot of ways to control it in case someone is mean. And honestly, even in the worst games, where someone is saying shit at me, like eventually I'll mute them, but I'll still make callouts for my team.
All right. I think Salty's already giving his answer right now. He's trying to give us a sign here.
Yeah, I agree. You definitely need to be able to hear those voice comms, and I think you can definitely leave voice/mute/squelch chat the moment that they say something wrong. But I feel like you should at least kind of go in giving it that shot that you're going to potentially hear good voice comms that actually contribute to you winning.
Yeah, I agree with that. So it's like, how are you gonna know that you might have an amazing team that communicates and is really friendly? How are you gonna know if you're not in voice chat? But I do understand the harassment side. But like, I always give it a chance. If I have a bad game, I'll leave or mute or whatever. But the next game, I'm going back in because I have more good experiences in voice chat than bad.
I get the point of like trying to give people a chance, but I think the main issue is that there's so many bystanders in cyberbullying and harassment that there needs to be more people that speak up for others in voice chats.
Yes.
Yeah, you need to speak up and you need to tell other people to report the
Preach.
people that are being mean.
I'm gonna preface this by saying that in like 95% of cases, I will stay in voice chat even when like someone's harassing me. But there's sometimes where I just want to chill and I want to focus on what I'm doing without hearing what other people are saying, and because that can be really distracting for me sometimes.
Are you Canadian?
Yes.
I'm reporting.
You didn't know that?
No. And I heard a boot. Just kidding.
Oh my god.
I was like, wait,